It's a bonus edition of the Book Club for Kids. Hi, I'm Kitty Felde. Last week we discussed Rob Buyea's novel, Because of Mr. Terupt, about a special teacher who changed an entire classroom of kids. The book has an air of authenticity, probably because before he was a writer, Rob Buyea was a teacher. Rob, what special knowledge did you bring to the page when you set out to write Because of Mr. Terupt?
Oh, that is not an easy question, I guess. I guess just characters for sure. I was able to nail the cast of kids because it was very real to me every single year that I had a class. I receive all sorts of letters and emails from teachers and students telling me, Mr. Buyea, did you know you wrote a book about our classroom? And because readers are able to connect with the characters, see themselves in characters, and certainly classmates in characters. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing. Just the different personalities and makeup of a classroom. Of course, the way a school works and the projects, those sorts of things really helped me to kind of plot out the story.
So suppose you're not a teacher and you're writing a middle grade novel that takes place in the classroom. Any suggestions?
Well, I guess if you're a writer trying to write a school story and you don't have experience, as maybe you need to spend a year as a substitute teacher, that might be my advice. You talk about research. The research that's fun for me as a writer is collecting the sights, the sounds, the smells, and the feels of a carnival, if that's what's in my story, or a certain trip, if that's what's in my story. So that would be my advice. I don't know of any other, secret way of really understanding and getting an idea. There's so many things that happen in the course of a school day, that from what's in the hallway to the makeup of the classroom, what the kids are talking about, the projects, just so much, just to navigate from the classroom to specials. There's lunch, recess. I guess that would be my advice.
Well, what writing lessons did being a teacher teach you?
I was not a writer until becoming a teacher. And I only started after becoming a teacher when my students inspired me. I started writing so that I could become a better teacher of writing. And I was writing just short 2-3 page stories to share with my students, to use as examples, to build energy, excitement, community more than anything else. That's really what it was about. What happened for me first is I was enjoying it. It was fun, and I was having a lot of fun with my students. And if you're not enjoying it, then there's a problem. I think that's it's not easy. It's frustrating and a big challenge, but there's got to be some enjoyment in there, hopefully. And so thanks to my students, I found that, and that led to me, I had to start thinking about stories more and more in order to keep writing, to share with my students. And ultimately, that's what helped me to get hit by an idea when I didn't expect it, that really took off on me, and I felt compelled to write a book. And I knew nothing about trying to write books at that point in time, nothing. But I had an idea that wouldn't leave me alone. And so I got busy writing. There's a professional book, and the title's How's It Going? The author's Carl Anderson, and it's all about when you sit down to have a writing conference with a student. It's very easy as a teacher to sit down and to help the student's piece, to help that piece of writing get better. It's easy to sit down and to show the student, where you need to improve the punctuation or any little thing like that. And if that's what you do when you leave the conference, all you've done is you've helped the piece. You haven't helped the writer at all. And that's essentially what the book is about, and I really bought into that. So the idea behind his book is that when you sit in a writing conference, you are hopefully able to teach the writer some techniques that writers use. And then you've got this toolbox, and you teach the writer techniques that they add to the toolbox, and that now they've got something they can use forevermore moving forward as a writer. You've helped the student grow as a writer. I wanted to do that. How do you do that if you don't know the techniques to teach the student? And that was a big reason why I started writing. I wanted to learn those techniques, discover them for myself. How did I work as a writer? And I had samples of writing. The first thing I was trying to get published was around teaching math, writing articles about math projects and challenges, submitting articles to the journal Teaching Children Mathematics. And, as I was working on those manuscripts, I had examples of where I had revisions and how I was going about doing that. And it just really helped me to do better in those writing conferences.
Thanks, Rob. We have interviews with dozens of other writers at our website, bookclubforkids.org. And they're great for kids reading the books by these authors, but they're also great for writers of all ages as we struggle to get the words on the page that can change a kid's life. And if you are looking for an example of how a book can turn into a podcast, check out our other show, The Fina Mendoza Mysteries. It's a free episodic drama adapted from the book Welcome to Washington, Fina Mendoza, plus bonus episodes inspired by current events. And coming this summer, Book 2 in the Fina Mendoza Mystery Series, State of the Union, about a mysterious bird that poops on the head of the president during the State of the Union address. Check them out, the Fina Mendoza Mysteries. I'm Kitty Felde. Thanks so much for listening.